right, guys, what is up? I'm TheyComing. Welcome to the stream today, boys and girls. Guys, I'm not gonna lie. Hold on, let me turn the camera on so you know I'm here. What's up? I'm not gonna lie. I took a shower right before the stream. By the way, sorry, I'm a little bit late. I took a shower right before the stream, and I got my stream set up, and I was sitting here and I was looking at the timer. And just a few moments ago, I realized I wasn't wearing a shirt. So I had to go run in and grab a shirt right before turning on the camera, obviously. I know I'm stunning, but you know, not that I want to show that to the world. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. That's so funny. Could you imagine if I turned the camera on, I'm sitting here shirtless? Anyways, I do have a hot cup of coffee today. I want to talk real quick about our ranked results. We're going to go ahead and start over at the Town Hall 14. On the Town Hall 14, we stayed in P.E.K.K.A 22. And when I look at my offense here, I had a reasonable offense given that I'm seeing a lot of 16s down in P.E.K.K.A 22. It is definitely feels like a good challenge. I do think that over time, as I figure out how to refine my strategy, refine some execution, I should be able to push up in the P.E.K.K.A leagues. Remember, on my other account, I was actually able to get up, I think, to P.E.K.K.A 24 before I actually landed in Titan at Town Hall 15. So I think P.E.K.K.A 24 is certainly within our grasp on this account. We are going to have to, you know, once again, lock in when that tournament starts. Tournament day for us is not today. We play our tournaments on our Town Hall 14 and 15 on Wednesdays. So if you're looking forward to ranked attacks today, not the title of the stream, not the activity. But yeah, let's check in with the chat. We got Elmo. Yo, how's it going, man? TheyComing would have a different meaning. Yes, boy, yes. Yeah, right. What's up, Mots? How's it going, dude? How's it going? So yeah, we did not promote on this account. We stayed in P.E.K.K.A 22. So that is what it is. Also, I guess while we're looking, our war, we started a new war. We actually drew the war that we played yesterday. 60 for 60 stars. Cleared the entire map. Bunny has opened up this war with just by smashing the top 6 villages one after another with all different strategies. So we have some really good war attacks to review there because Bunny is just such a versatile player. And since a lot of our wardens are being upgraded right now, none of us are really bringing the Warden Fireball or Eternal Tome or anything like that. So we're having to get kind of creative with how we do these attacks. But Bunny's still over, you know, just dominating bases even without a Warden, which is amazing. Elmo says I finally printed to L1 on my second account and stuck in L2 since the split then. Okay, so let's keep moving up. We'll talk about the 15. On the 15, we did promote to Titan 27. So we're 1 league short of Dragon 28. Now, I believe Dragon 28 is where we will start to see like lots and lots of Town Hall 18s. I know in this set last week, we did see, I think, 1 or 2 Town Hall 18s. And it was strange because I think I tripled both of them. And one of them was actually well upgraded. It's just that he'd not set a proper layout. So he had, like, for example, 2 fire spitters on the outside of the base doing nothing. It was one of those bases that wasn't actually built. And we were able to actually win the raid with 3 stars. That was a very interesting attack. I did not think that I was going to be able to do that. But yeah. Mott says, I got psyched out of my promotion at the last few hours. Auto or defense? Yeah, auto defense. Okay. And 18 came up at the end. Ah, that sucks. That sucks. Sucks, man. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and just, you know, talk about the elephant in the room. Town Hall 18. Your boy... every time I've streamed Legends League in the past month, it's felt like sort of an up and down struggle. Like I'll pick a strategy, it kind of works, but it doesn't give me the promo. I'll change my strategy, it doesn't work at all, then I'll change my strategy halfway through the set. This last week was one of those weeks where it felt like I could do nothing right. And of course, streaming also adds a layer to the frustration there. because the audience is throwing in, well, army's cheeks. I really don't like your army. Play this. I don't like this. Play this. Change your spell here. Change your spell there. All these kind of things have just made me really not like Legend League. And while I didn't intentionally demote, we demoted. We demoted to Legend 3. So, long story short, on my Town Hall 18, pushing ranked, I think, is going to be a kind of slow process. I know that moving around in the different tiers of Legend League is pretty difficult, and moving around from L2 to L3 the demotion was difficult. I just played like ass. Like that, there's just no other way to say it. So I'm not that bummed. I mean, I don't get the badge anymore. I can't say I'm pushing for Legend 1 anymore, because now if I am pushing, I'm pushing for Legend 2. Is what it is, man. Is what it is. It's been a busy month for Clash so far. I mean, here we are almost 2 weeks in. It was a really important event where I've been putting a lot of my time and energy, like at least late at night, to making sure that my 14 and 15 are seeing the best, fastest progression as possible. I've almost completely maxed my Town Hall 18. I'm only working on the level 2 supercharges now, and then a handful of traps, but I'm not leveling the traps now because the discounts to time will come over a week from now, where we get the gold discounts back. So I've started to go back to my supercharges for this week, and yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty thrilled that on my new 14 and new 15, I've been able to completely max the walls on both accounts and get a tremendous amount done inside the laboratory with the 1 gem Goblin Researcher. If you're not using that, you're messing up. 1 gem to put a second thing in the lab is the biggest no-brainer. It's a huge time save. And it makes your research potions doubly effective, right? Because you're able to boost through 2 different upgrades at once. That's why I have chosen to come into the League Metal shop and purchase research potions. The 4 that I have in my inventory right now are 4 that I was actually able to pull from the mini spotlight here. So just take that for what it is. Really good stuff across the board for my 2 lower accounts. I'm enjoying the game the most on my middle Town Hall accounts. Town Hall 14, I'm really excited to see what the meta shift is going to be when they actually do the rebalancing for July, which I think comes later this week, if I'm not mistaken. I think I'm going to start forcing ground again. I watched several videos last night of people using throwers and kind of watching how they're doing the attack. I just need to shake something up completely. I got so dug into air after dropping Fireball Rocket Loons due to the addition of the Lava Launcher to the game that I just sort of lost touch with, okay, well, what if ground really is good right now? And then there's, of course, the shifting base building meta that's trying to follow what the buffs and nerfs are and, what the crafted defense is and all that. It makes that situation as I'm pushing a little bit more confusing to follow. It feels like you really have to study the game like every day to really understand what's going on with the base building meta and how to respond with your attack strategies and then how to get good at the new strategies. I'm rambling, but you guys have heard me talk about it a lot lately. L2 feels like a purgatory in the first place. Only 3 promotion spots. It's not like I can't be there. It's just when I'm getting bored, when I'm not understanding the meta game for what's happening week to week. Old strategies don't work. New strategies do work, but new strategies that involve ground often have the torch. Well, guess what? I found out throwers don't need the torch. So that's what's up. What's up, King Brian? How you doing, buddy? Welcome back. Meteor Golem's got a big enough buff. We might see them come back, maybe with Fireball. Hey, if that's the case, I would love to play Fireball Meteor Golems. I think that was one of the first attacks that I did run when I got Meteor Golems unlocked, because I was already fireballing things like crazy. But yeah. So anyways, we are staying positive and enjoying the video game. We are going to be doing a couple war attacks, reviewing our clanmates' war attacks, because Bunny is just such a versatile attacker. He's put up some really great triples at the very top of the map here. Our opponent has not had the same hit rate as Bunny. Bunny fresh hit tripled everything that he hit. I got 0 starred by a Town Hall 10. When I saw 0 stars, I was like, how did the guy fail that badly? This base is not that great. But then he drops 2 golems onto the same tile. 5-head move. And instead of a wall wrecker, he puts a stone slammer. And kills the stone slammer's target with the arrow. So not only is his stone slammer not breaking my walls in one hit, it doesn't break a single wall. So if he had any hope of making it in here to get that town hall, that is all but completely gone at this point. His CC Electro Dragon takes almost nothing, which is something else. And he's got these odd 4 zaps, 2 rages, and a totem that he just has not used. So yeah, I'd venture to say that whatever this person is doing, even just on a fundamental level, you're missing something, man. You've really missed something. If you brought those spells, that siege, just saying. I think a 2-star on that base was attainable. It would have been challenging, but it was attainable. And certainly getting a 1-star would have been attainable. So at least he would have got a war win bonus for the attack, but 0 stars gets you no bonus. So unfortunate. Yep, sure. What's up, Daniel? How's it going, brother? Welcome to the stream. It's not 14, top 15 doing. It's going well, man. Loving that part of the game at the moment. Really, really loving it. Okay. So let's go ahead and pick our target and build our army. The game is telling me that I should be hitting this base right here. So let's see what it looks like. Yikes. So it looks like a Town Hall 12.15. So it's like a Town Hall 12 with a Rage Tower and a Monolith, which is different, to say the least. Wait, he also has scatters. Okay. Okay, so let's see. What do we do? We don't have a warden. So what we could do is bring some form of a queen charge to this. Queen charge rocket loons could be kind of different. Queen can target that over the wall as long as we funnel for her over here. I just did 12, my 12 attacks, 11 out of 12 3 stars and 190% time fail. Root Riders are Pog. Noise. So, oh, that was for your Town Hall 16, right? You were asking for an army yesterday. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Glad to hear that. Speaking of that, we actually have leveled our Root Rider on my 15. So, I'll probably be doing Root Riders soon. Though I have some bad news. Tunnel Agents is made for the purpose of taking roots out of the meta, so don't get too used to them. Yeah, true. Overgrowth spell makes pathing mad easy, not gonna lie. Yes, dude. Yeah. Yes. Let's What's up, Gojard? How's it going, buddy, over on the Twitch side? Yo, what up, brother? Gojard111. Yo, okay. So if I'm being real right here, I kind of do want to queen charge the top. Try to charge the queen to take out this. Funnel with rocket loons to archer tower cannon, so she wants to dip and go down inside of here. You can have 2 rage spells to be able to get her through Monolith, Inferno, defending Prince. She'll be able to handle the Eagle. Flame Flinger could be used, I think, to get as far as the multi-target Inferno. Then we have the King that we could set up his Sui to go in for one of the scatters and then send the RC for the other scatter. And I think the base is pretty wrecked at that point. Queen will not path towards the Eagle, by the way. What are you talking about? If I take out this archer tower and then I take out this cannon, she's going to want to go in for that, right? He's going to see that expo. Or is she going to dip up and go around this way for that thing? So does that mean I need to commit Baby Dragon or something, take out the dark? Ooh, I could sneaky goblin that stuff. I could get fancy. Could drop single sneaky goblins for these things. I think 4 sneaky goblins. Let's see what the composition would allow for. Okay. I'm going to take all the sneaky goblins out just to start. And I'll get... Are we supposed to take wall breakers here? I don't know if I should or not. I'm going to take 1 because I don't really need her to break walls. In fact, I would rather her not break walls in the opener. No quakes. Second rage. Freeze, I think. All right, let's get Rocket Loon, 5 healers in the mix first. Let's get a couple test loons, and let's get our rocket loons. So 20 rocket loons gets us up to that. Ooh, I need a second wall breaker just to make sure I can get... Well, if my king's on stick horse, that's not real. 1 wall breaker's fine, right? I could take several of these sneakies. I could take like 8 of them. Because I could funnel my king, I think, around like 4 o'clock with sneakies. 1, 2. 2 La Baby Dragons. Maybe a headhunter. Nah. Bunch of archers seems good. 2 minions. Okay, and then the CC, we're not going to put sneakies in the CC. Although that would be kind of interesting, not going to lie. We have tons of invis spells that we can use, A, to help the queen, but B, once we put down the RC, we can invis the RC, protect RC. But CC, I think we'd be well served just to go for Rocket Loon, Super Minions, and Archer, I think. Okay. If I had ore to level the Monolith Arrow, I would. Let's see if that's going to get me anywhere. I mean, I feel like running what I have is probably okay anyway. Like, both of these equipments are DPS equipment. I'm going to funnel that stuff. I don't think you need to worry about the funnel. I see what you're talking about. Like she might come inside and like loop up and around. But I also think that we should be okay. All right, Queen is not going to have a pet. Okay, so our minion prince will be dropping out probably to help out for the king's funnel. And then we just have cleanup all over the place. Should be okay. I'm going to request for war. Request. Get that wall wrecker out of there, bruh. Flame flinger. War. Okay. Let me see. I'll donate for my 15 here. I think I should be good. Swap 15 on the phone. Okay, donate. Flinger. This. Cool. Ooh, my Yeti finished over here. I'm just gonna do the goblin. And if it's boosted. Yeah, why not? That works. Nice. Okay. So let's go through the plan one more time. One more time. You got any tips on COCM TH5? Play the game. I would say if you're a brand new player, it's in your best interest to get as many builders as possible as soon as possible if you want to progress quick. Like right now you see 7 builders, but the reality is with gems you can get up to 5 builders. The 6th builder comes from doing achievements on this side, the builder hall, which you may or may not see yet. I'm not sure. And then the 7th builder is an event builder. So at certain times you can spend some gems to activate a 7th builder. So you can have 7 builders going in total, but get 5 builders as soon as possible. And if you're really liking the game, drop a little bit of money on the game and just go ahead and buy those builders with gems. Just go ahead and do it. You're gonna notice it. But you should be able to get through to like Town Hall 7, 8, 9 within like a couple weeks. It's nothing. Also, the other thing I would say if you're a brand new player is once you unlock heroes, do everything in your power to keep up with your hero level upgrades. Meaning the second you unlock the king, raid with him a couple times just so you know what he is, but then upgrade him until you cannot. And then when you unlock the queen, do the same thing. And every town hall, you get more levels that are available on your king and your queen. You want to make sure that from the very early in the game that you're prioritizing upgrading your heroes because they are very powerful pieces of your offense. 7th builder is Goblin Builder. It's only there sometimes. Yeah, it's only for events. Not always available. You need to pay gems for him to work. Yeah, true. Yeah, you don't get to keep the 7th builder. It's just like during a set period of time, a Goblin Builder will arrive to your village and say, hey, for a few gems, I'll start working on something for you. It's best to max the Builder's Apprentice first. When you do, you can think about the Goblin Builder. Yeah, I mean that makes sense. I haven't put that many gems on my Builder's Apprentice, but for a very new player that has very little progression so far, Town Hall 5 is like days of playing basically. A Builder's Apprentice is not going to do much for that player because the upgrade times are so freaking short. All right, let's see. Was that the village I was looking at? Or which one? This is the one I was about to hit, right? No. Did someone just hit the base? Or my trip? No, here it is. Okay. It's low. All right, so my plan for this is simple. I am going to drop my queen over here onto this gold mine with her healers. I'm going to put a rocket loon to this archer tower and a baby dragon to the hero hall. I'm going to drop one sneaky goblin, wait for that to die, drop a second sneaky goblin, drop a third sneaky goblin, and then I'm going to allow the queen to come down here. I need to rocket loon this archer tower. I then need to rocket loon this cannon. So the queen, when she steps down this direction, she will eventually see the air defense and want to go into that track. And then if she does go up and around like this, I don't know that I'm that mad about it either. But I think by sneaking out this stuff with 3 sneaky goblins, we're looking good. Over here, I do want to put 2 rocket loons to get the double cannon out. I want to put the flame flinger right down here at 6 o'clock. Let that cook. I will sneaky this and this to prepare my king dive to go in here. I will end up dropping the minion prince to the workshop on the corner so that once this is gone, he's going to have a nice tight path to dive straight in for the scatter shot. The queen should eventually engage the monolith. We have 2 rages for her. She should be straight. And then our RC is meant to dive directly onto his scatter shot. We have invis spells. We have free spells. I think we're looking okay. And of course, we have rocket loons. That's like our actual attacking force. But like the hero suis should get amazing value by themselves. And the base is underleveled, right? Is Spiky Ball Snake Bracelet good pair? Yes, it is. It is in High Legend League. That's one of the top picks for sure. Nobody gives away a COC account. No, they don't, brother. They don't. Account buying and selling is against terms of service, nerd. I am back at game. I can't catch up. You will. Just play. You will. Just play the video game, man. And enjoy the journey. Enjoy your journey. All right, we're loaded. We're locked. The plan is the plan. We have good sneakies. Baby dragons. Spiddly dip. Spiddly dap. Okay, let's go, queen. Cool. She's wrapping around. Good job. I'm going to send one more loon in there just to see if we can protect our healers. Queen's okay. Do we get a NATO or something over his eagle? Nice. Okay, let's go like this. Queen's been targeted. I'm going to rage her here. Oh, no! Of course. All right, I'm gonna send you over here like this. I think we're still okay, actually, if I'm being real. All right. Yes, we should be okay. Okay, get her in. Yeah, we're fine. It's hilarious. Queen Charge dies. We swag 14 rocket loons, over half the army. GG. The fact that the giant can target heroes / guardians is so good. Yeah, that was like... That was too simple. Like, way too easy, bro. Catch this one again. I saw the super minions, but it's like, if you have to react, like, instantly with the poison freeze. If the queen stays alive, it's, like, completely overkill, but the queen died and it was still complete overkill, right? Make sure to play as much as possible during July and follow the theme of the week for upgrades. Also during November, we'll have a Hammer Jam event, very important. Yes, Hammer Jam is extremely important. Hammer Jam is like the Summer Jam, but on steroids. See, how bad was my reaction time to this CC here? I guess I could have frozen both of them and the monolith if I'd been paying attention. The fact that Giant just whomps the monolith there is also incredible, right? Poison completely eliminating them is also huge. I think choosing to totem here, just so the Giant can solo target down the queen, was also pretty nice. But then you look like what's actually left on the base, right? Stick Horse King just went totally crazy here. Like, I have over half my spells left. Like, what in the... The flinger didn't even pop, bro. Abhishek, what's up? You say pretty please. Okay, bro. I got you. I got you. Let's check this up here. Let's check this out. They will keep adding a new town hall. Yes, true. But the thing is like, I think one thing Supercell's done a decently good job of over the years is reaching the end of the game actually attainable with consistent play. And in a way that it's not like just because you start today you are not prevented from hitting the end of the game with consistent play. You can hit the end of the game with consistent play. Like, people have done these series where they've, like, rushed Town Hall 1 to Town Hall 18 instantly and done, like, proof in the pudding results after 12 months to the day to show that you can choose to rush. You won't be fully maxed out, but, like, you can hit the end of the game, and it's not like you're... I mean, really what's holding those players back are the fact that their heroes are... usually pretty underleveled. If you do it right, they tend to level like 1 or 2 heroes, and then they disregard the others for the most part, or more slowly level those things. Raid says Town Hall 11 reached just now. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Raid Realm. Once you hit Town Hall 13, you can join this clan and learn a lot from the guys here. The game is significantly easier now, especially to catch up. Don't worry. Yes, it is. That is totally true. I guess 2 years or so, and that was before Hero Journey was accounted for. Yeah, 2 years sounds about right, honestly. Because, like, the lower town halls take so little time, but, like, the closer and closer you get to the top of the game, those town halls do start to take longer, right? Make sure to play Bounce Paul. December, they currently plan a new town hall every December. Yes. How are you sure about Town Hall 19? I mean, they've been on the same release cycle for the past few years. With all them gyms, though, they never free to play. I mean, it's a free to play game. If you want to speed through the natural progression of the game, you can pay for it, or you can just be free to play and enjoy the game at a slower pace. I mean, that's just the way it is. I would suggest, though, if you're newer, buying the season pass, the gold pass that is every month, is a way to significantly speed yourself up. And also you get a skin every month, which is nice. Like, you get a little cosmetic, you get a bunch of magic items that help you kind of skip things, skip forward a little bit. They cut down, I think it was 500 days of upgrades on Town Hall 17, 18 when it came out. But 500 days of upgrades spread across 6 builders. You have to imagine that. Town Hall 18 is not impossible to max. If my Town Hall 17 had been max on release day, I would be a completely maxed out, full supercharged Town Hall 18 right now. I know I would be. New hero win. Bro, Abhishek, are you trolling? New hero win? We just got the Dragon Duke. Like, you're acting like heroes are new troops. That it's a major thing to add a new hero. I hope we don't get a new hero for a long time. I hope there's no new hero. I don't want a 7th hero, man. I think 6 heroes is fine. Don't give me something else that I need to commit builders for and have to upgrade every single time a new town hall comes out. Don't, please. I don't want it. I don't want it. I'm not interested. See, what's this? He's got all singles. Let's keep a queen charge away from that, yeah? He's got... Is that a single? They're all singles. Yeah, let's keep a queen charge away from that. It's about this space. Do they just all have singles? These guys they really think that E-Drags are the only thing to exist. Also, I'm convinced that this guy's probably got super minions in here. So we could get a nice, easy, I think... Okay, if we put the queen down, like, on the cannon with her healers, like, healers over here, and then we put the queen down, we could pre-poison this and then freeze over the multi, I think. And then probably even drop rocket loons to that multi-target inferno so she can come down the wall. I think we could then look at using a flinger up here so we could take out the mortar and try to fling into the single there. I think King could reasonably go fight this compartment, and I think the RC, depending on how the queen behaves down here, I think RC we can just use as a flexible option. Maybe RC could be the security policy for the town hall takedown. Yeah, sure. I'll take that. It sounds like good vibes. All right, I'm going to gem the totem and the flinger. And I think also for this base, instead of 1 wall breaker, taking 2 wall breakers is probably better. It would be so good to have a new hero every town hall release. Abhishek, if you want to create like serious problems where it takes longer and longer and longer for players to max out, add a new hero to the game. Which is why, and Donnie Miartha says need Golem Prince. The Golem Prince. Why don't we call him the Golem Gooner? Why not that? Is that profane? I really hope it's not. But yeah, I think if you start adding a hero on every new Town Hall release, you start having the issue where people like can't catch up, right? Because each Town Hall, like if that hero gets released, you oftentimes aren't releasing it only for the top Town Hall of the game. Like Duke got released at Town Hall 15, right? Not Town Hall 18. 15, 16, 17, 18. That means that all 4 of those Town Halls, they added upgrade time for heroes, right? I know that in theory, I think it actually helped. It solved one problem, though, and that is now that there's 6 heroes in the game from Town Hall 15 up, you can basically round the clock upgrade 2 heroes and still have a 4 stack for war. So as long as you have 4 heroes that are available for war, you have a fully powered offense. So I think having 6 heroes makes a lot of sense. I don't know that having 7 heroes makes a lot of sense. Like we would need the game to evolve a little bit further for me to be like, yeah, 7th hero would be cool. Like maybe Town Hall 20, they say, okay, you can take 5 heroes into a war attack. What's up, Mozzarella? How's it going, brother? He's back. Okay, we're loaded. The base we were looking at was, I believe, this one, right? So what we really want to do is we want to get our queen down to trip the CC early. We want to get our healers tucked into the corner. We are going to Rocket Loon out his multi-target Inferno Tower, but we want to have a hot finger for the poison and freeze spell to hit the multi-target Inferno and the CC. I'm going to go ahead and venture a guess that this is going to be super minions in the CC, although if it's something else, so be it. But we want to make sure that we handle the CC first, clear this multi-target Inferno Tower before we get down our flinger, because what we don't want to happen is like we invis the queen for some reason and then the CC starts running for the flinger down here. So we can't goof that up. Or no, flinger's going to be over here, sorry. The king, we do want to funnel him into this compartment here to take out the defending barbarian king and the Grand Warden. The flinger is going to be up here, so we need to remove the mortar. Okay, let's go. It's just don't goof it up, nerd. Don't goof it up. Okay, good. Playing castle handled. Good stuff. Yeah, I'll take it. Decent. I'm going to throw a loon here. Good. We will get this going here. Don't go the other way, queen. Would really appreciate it if you didn't go topside. Good. I'm going to go here, here. I'm going to break her here. Keep an eye on the queen. Rage queen. Invis queen. She's in for that. Cool. Good stuff. Archer, Archer, Archer. No Headhunter feels kind of weird. I'm sorry. I will arrow now. This. King. I'm going to go ahead and drop 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 here. King's ability. RC, or she can be played here. He can be played there. Look at this Town Hall section, by the way. I'm going to get that in there just to clear that. I'm going to throw this. Nice. The Giant's doing the Lord's work. All right. What we'll do here is we'll come at this angle and we'll throw this. We're going to rage. Going to invis her. Town Hall cleared. I'm going to drop the minion here. Another minion there. GG's, dude. Good stuff. Nice triple. All heroes lived. Spell swagged. Nice. Nice. Could have taken Monolith around the Giant Arrow. Yes, that's true, except I haven't leveled it yet on this count. It is level 1. So Giant Arrow was the choice. Yeah, see, only 100 extra hit points versus 450 extra hit points. DPS increase there. Projectile damage. I didn't want to go healer, puppet, giant, because that one would have meant that I put the giant out first at the beginning of the attack. And yeah, that worked out well. As soon as she targeted the RC, that was my insurance policy for hero on hero damage right there. And it was definitely an oversight not to have a Headhunter in here. Definitely an oversight. Definitely could have brought Headhunter for that. Bros Goated says Control Blazing 49. Appreciate it, man. Thank you. Thank you for the positivity. Minion Prince prob is really restricted on only air attacks. Yeah, well, Warden is upgrading, so Minion Prince it is. That's why this if my Warden wasn't upgrading, I certainly would have liked to run the Warden instead. But I committed to upgrading Warden all of this week during the Elixir discount event. And what I really want to do is be able to get him down for one more level before the discounts end. Because that would give me, what, level 54? And then I'd keep him rolling while the Dark Elixir event's going on. Because all the other heroes will be down anyway. Thought you were going to take down Town Hall with one Wall Breaker and Super Goblin. Nope. I was, I just kind of held the army from the last attack and just decided I'm going to be using the sneakies to more or less establish funneling for the Queen and the King. See what William does. William's just throwing the drags. Queen's already dead. That's always painful. Super Yetis to the core. Town Hall should be dealt with. It is. This is the only scary section down here. This monolith. It is now raged. Scattershot is also raged. Can we at least get the scatter out? We do. Decent chunk of dragons are moving down to the bottom, but I think they'll probably get murdered before they get anything done. Monolith going down would seal this, but it's not going to happen. Let's see, King's ability. So King is still on funnel duty. He is on the Earthquake Boots and Spiky Ball. Okay. Can we get a good bounce? Ooh, we do. Actually, that's probably the best bounce he could have asked for, because it sets the rest of the path. And the problem is, single target Inferno and Monolith. I don't know, man. I think this is over. He's got to be able to kill the single and the Monolith, and I think he's running out of steam. Yeah, unfortunate, dude. William ran out of steam. GG. All right, we're going to swap to the Town Hall 15. Oh, wait a minute. Our builder. Our laboratory. Laboratory. That's going... What else should we cook? I guess miners? This is too long, right? We're going to run into the next discount. That's too long. We'll do miners. Cool, sure. All right. Now we're going to swap back over. All right, let's go. C4H5A. Okay, I think this is one of William's mini accounts, if I'm not mistaken. And William has decided to take all his Town Hall 12s that were held at Town Hall 12 for a very long time, actually. He decided to push them up to Town Hall 13 during the event. Look at this. Clone, dip, spiddly diddly dip. There goes the Electromites. Oh, the base just implodes. Poor Town Hall 10. I'm sorry, little one. Good old Thanos moment here. Jesus. Basically a 30-second triple. All right, next up. He's attacking before the replay even ended. Okay, it's one of the air defenses. Okay, sure. And he's gonna march over to the second. That should throw the dragons in a circle here. Hashtag throw it in a circle. There goes the clones. There goes the Electromites. Spiddly diddly dip. Core's gone. Wow. Does manage to slow down the Eagle artillery, which can be kind of helpful. Even chooses to freeze the Eagle. Can he get the Eagle down before it reactivates and throws again? Gets one shot off, but the base is wrecked. All the heroes are alive, aside from his queen. No, his queen is alive. She just reversed course. Okay, sure. I think he's probably upgrading RC and King right now. Because Town Hall 13s have access to 4 heroes. So his King and his RC are likely being upgraded. And he's just riding the hero boost. Nice. Good job. All right. On the Town Hall 15. We need to find an army. We need to find a base. Again, our Warden is being upgraded. So we will not have access to the Warden. So the attacks that we pull off must be done Wardenless. Now, it's interesting down here. When I scouted this base earlier, I had thought about throwing a blimp, Super Yeti blimp, on top of his Monolith because he's got Infernos, Scatter, Rage Tower, and Eagle Artillery just stacked all together. I think most of the defensive value in this base is right on this compartment. So the question is, if we watch William's replay, we need to know where that NATO is, right? Because if he doesn't trigger the NATO during his attack, we know the NATO is going to be here. So we're going to need to try to rocket loon early or something to, pre-trigger his NATO before we send a Super Yeti bomb here. And then I think from there we can do whatever kind of follow-up we really want. I want to say once we do that, assuming we get that air defense, we could arrow out this air defense and this air defense and then run rocket loons around the side, and the base really can't stand up to it. Can't really stand up to much at that point. So let's see where the NATO is. And we'll hit the base again. It is alive, but I want to see if we can spot NATO here. The NATO's in the core. Okay, so he's got the NATO over his clan castle. That's interesting to note. Let's see what the live is. William 2. Super Yeti Bomb again. He's going to take out Inferno. All that stuff. Didn't quite get that eagle down at the top, but it looks like he has a nice bulk of troops moving that direction. Should have dragons approach it ahead of the queen so that Prince doesn't do too much damage here. He chooses to freeze there just to make sure that he can get the eagle down with that one dragon. And Archer Tower's last main defense. He's got 2 minutes to kill 8 buildings. This is Reg. GG, well played to William. Good stuff. William 2 again. Rapid fire attacker right here. It feels like cheating, this Super Yeti blimp. Dude, the Super Yeti blimp is pretty dumb. It is dummy strong. It is dummy strong. So he's going to hit one of the sweepers and 2 air defenses here. Didn't quite get him, though. He gets one of the air defenses. Doesn't quite get the sweeper there. But we could see the vision. We could see it. In goes the queen. Giant is now tanking. Defending BK is going to aggro her. Does get some dragons, plus the Rage Gem from the Warden to help out. Blimp across the core. Does deal with substantial amount of defenses there. Most of the dragons are going to wrap clockwise now. First moving over to the left side. Dragons dealing with defending CC troops. Good stuff. The one dragon is actually so close to the scatter shot that it's not even visible by the scatter shot. Very fortunate pathing there. And this is wrecked, right? He's got 1 air defense. Good to freeze it there, and as soon as that's frozen, the rest of the air army is completely free here. And that's GG. 3-star, William 2. Let's go, nerd. All right, so I am going to use Super Yeti Clone to do what I want to do here. I think it's strong. I think it's the option. So if I take this out, what does that give me? 2 invis spells or free spells? Invis. I'll just do 2 clones. It gives me a freeze and 2 totems. All right, Super Yeti it is. Let's get a Super Yeti. I'm going to hit the same base. Did I just kill a totem by accident? I hate that. Rip. All right, give me the totem back. And I think they were different levels. I will gem my own totem here. In fact, I will gem the CC entirely. Just to say I did. Just to get it done. All right, he's going in with the dragons. He's got the queen on the bottom. He's got the king on the top. The dragons in the middle. The blimp moving down the center. Needs to get that single out before a dragon dies. He does. Oh, the clones. Nice line of clones. It's important to recognize that dropping a line for those clones is intentional, right? He's able to spawn the Super Yetis over walls, which keeps some of them out of the Town Hall poison, which prevents the Super Yeti mites from dying, right? And he did this in less than 60 seconds. He did this in less than 60 seconds, man. Kind of wild. You're saying, which game is this? Does it not say on the stream? Am I tripping? Well, refresh your stream now. It should say. I guess it... That wasn't... I guess it wasn't reading. Appreciate that. Okay, we get this live. This guy. This guy. Nice. Clone spell dropping is a skill, to be honest. Yes, it is. It is, truly. Like, sometimes what I'm worried about is when my blimp expires, that my Super Yeti is going to get cooked before I can get the clones off. Like, that's my biggest fear when I run these. Oh, he's already hitting it. Oh, my God. Well, here he goes. This is the base that we're about to hit. We need to stop watching live so we can get our attacks in. He could easily triple this. See if he's able to get it done. To me, it's kind of interesting that he's choosing not to throw his blimp at the highest value part of the base. Queen gets cooked instantly. All right. Core's gone. Yeah, and this is brutal. Like, this section's up. This is a fail. Okay. All right, we know it's going to fail. All right, as soon as he's done with that attack, I am going to rip mine off. All right. So I know I want to put my blimp on top of his monolith here. We need to put in some rocket loons ahead to pull a couple air traps, maybe even take down Archer Tower and Mortar with that entry. I also do want to go ahead and arrow through the Hero Hall to ideally hit the air defense on the bottom and the top. And then the Queen can stay on the outside of the base. As long as I get that air defense down, I'll let her walk past. If not, I might need to sacrifice rocket loons as she sort of passes by here. She can reach this Expo over the wall. Important to note that. And then what I'm thinking is I can do a little bit of funneling for the king, probably to run in right on top of the defending Archer Queen. The Prince can be used at the top just to be the Prince. Maybe a handful of rocket loons to try to pull traps. RC, I'm thinking I'll try to stuff the RC over here to help deal with that single. But that's my general plan. Let's see if we can get it done. And of course, have fun. Where's my blimp? Okay, blimp's right there. Good. Cool. Attack. Sure. It got stuck on the other side of the wall. That makes me so sad. All right, we do get one of the singles. Awkward stuff there with that one. That's so unfortunate. I'm waiting. Okay, she's in the base, which is interesting. Queen onto the single should take. Okay, I'm going to throw you over here. I'm going to throw you over here. I'm going to break once. Get that in there like that. I'm going to break twice. Throw there. I'm going to get another. And then we will go ahead and pop the King's Building just a moment. Now. Do this. Freeze that. Invis my healers. I'm going to send the RC over here. I think we're going to time fail. We don't have the cleanup, man. My queen's dead too, which is super awkward. Man, how did I not account for cleanup on this? It feels so dumb. Also sad that, like... Yeah, I feel so bad about this one. We should have had this triple. No cleanup, man. Some sneaky goblins could have gone a long way. I didn't know that the queen was going to go into the base. The giant broke the wall. I had wanted the queen to stay outside. Also, that damn Super Yeti didn't spawn over the wall. I really thought that I was going to get that in all this with my Super Yeti bomb. I guess I placed it too high, and then my clones didn't actually do what I needed. That wasn't my attack. Hold on. War events. I found an air trap. Part of the plan. Are you kidding me? Look at the diameter of the spell. You see that little ring below the wall? He spawns there. What? Bro. You can hardly see the clone on this side of the wall. You can barely see it. And he spawns there? Give me a break, dude. This guy jumps the wall. We get crazy value over here. No doubt. You say skill issue. Oh my god. Hold on a second. Watch it one more time. Half speed. Sure. Sure. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. All right, pull on it. Show it to me. Someone please tell me that they see this value right here and just devours it. I don't understand why every hit so far has been from this top side. Please, kill the eagle. Yeti bomb. Send it right there. Thank God. Okay. Now, his queen's alive, right? His queen's alive. His queen's walking the outside. That air defense that's tucked away, I don't think is going to be an issue for him. His RC is up. She's probably going to die here in a second, but, like, I think he's just got too much up. Pull gets it. GG, man. Good job. Not sure what the Ice Golem's for, but good job. Quick triple, too. Nice. Copy this base to your 15. No, I'm definitely not copying this base. Base is trash, but, like, I just don't know how I got screwed out of that. That one clone not going into the one compartment that there was barely a sliver of the spell into just chaps my ass. Like, actually, I don't even know what to say beyond that. Does that mean the map is cleared? Do we have to dip on something now? Is this our punishment? All right, I need troops. Do I even want to do this anymore like that? No. Okay. This flinger will change over to... What if the flinger turns into this thing? A Rune Witch. Could that be fun? I think so. A Rune Witch and that. A Rune Witch and 2 super... You know what? Let's try it out. What's up, Neon KRK? Rune Witch and 2 super minions. I'm going to gem it because I don't know that people have this right now. Well, let's make a quick plan before our base gets scooped up. All right, Flame Flinger. Where do we put it? There's too many heroes at the top. Flame Flinger will not get a lot of value. We could force it to the bottom side here, I think. We could break the queen in. Charge her at the air defense, probably. We have 2 ice golems as well. I don't know that we need those. I'm going to take those out and put in sneaky goblins instead. $10 of them. Because why the hell not? Actually, I'm going to go for 9 of them and put a second headhunter. Because I'm always kind of worried about that. Okay, let's see what the army is. Whoops, I keep pushing the wrong button. Scout, one more time. Okay, so I'm going to start the flinger here for, like, basically south of the hero hall. And then I'm going to start my queen, like, right here on the collector. I'm going to sneaky this stuff over here. And then when I break, I have 3 breaks. Like, say the first break doesn't actually get this inner wall. I'll have a 3rd break to get me into this single here. We can start raging and stuff. The top side is pretty easy to funnel for the king. And I think we can actually send the king with the minion prince over the top of him to run into this compartment with the heroes. You know what? Let's get really dummy spicy and let's throw in, like, a lot of headhunters. Let's just have, like, a headhunter party. 6 headhunters. So when we send the king in with the RC and the prince, we're going to murder all those heroes up at the top. That's my idea. That's my concept. Will the concept work? And we're also trying out a Rune Witch. Here it goes. Okay. Sneaky. I got the break the first time. Okay. Good job, buddy. Queen. It is. Break her again in just a second. And go in. Beautiful. Okay, we got hit once. Okay, almost screwed that up. Okay. King's Billy. Rune Witch. Do Rune Witch things. Nice. Good stuff. GG. Fun. Fun. Fun, 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 fun. August Food says, stay home. What's up, brother? Welcome to the chat. Are you staying home today? That was a fun attack. It was fun seeing the Rune Witch in action. Hold on. Wait, where was the... First and foremost, I don't think that the Rune Witch is particularly useful, just generally speaking. Right there, I think it actually got a little bit of value. The Rune Knights actually got in there and did work. Took down the Eagle for me, I think. I did have to commit a lot of spells to my Queen, but this core, as long as I had protection from the singles, the Queen was going to be good. Again, I was a little late to get my poison down. But anyway. I did do good with the timing onto this mortar here. Only ended up taking one shot from the mortar. Again, just a little too slow. I actually ended up freezing that because I think I was reaching for the other spell and just didn't reach the correct spell. Froze the right time. Then at this point, it's like, okay, we need to make sure that we get his Eagle Artillery down. Up here, I didn't even play that many Headhunters. This slowage, though. Then Headhunters for cleanup, right? Single Rocket Loons to funnel in. RC Rocket Spear. I think Seeking Shield may have been better here. I mean, the Rune Knights, like, did something, but did they do a lot? I just can't tell. Interesting troops, too, when you look at them. Interesting stuff. All right, the war should clean up nicely. The two remaining villages, if we were to scout them real quick. One looks like this. I think a decent plan takes this one down pretty easily. And then the other remaining base is a Town Hall 13. Town Hall 13s for our guys should be pretty free. Should be pretty free there. Okay, fun stuff though. Fun little war. Fun little war. Let's check out Donut's hits, but you know what I'm going to do first? I actually need to use the bathroom real quick. Okay, so I'm going to take a quick leak. So a 90-second timer will appear on your screen, and when it counts at 0, I will resume. When we get back, we'll be showing off the different attacks that Donut /Spectacular /Bunny /EMP has done. He cleared the top 6 villages very, very quickly. And with expert fashion, he used all kinds of different attacks. And Bunny's a very, gifted technical attacker. So you'll be able to see him use different things. He used some bat spells in one attack. He used a lot of different stuff. So that's what you have to look forward to. So let's go ahead and get that timer going. I'll be right back. Go ahead and take a lap around your house, get something to eat or drink, or use the bathroom like I'm about to do, but don't go anywhere. I will be right back. All right, guys, we're back. We're back. Before you ask, yes, I washed my hands. We're ready to go. Getting them dry. Getting them nice and dry for the iPad. We're hanging out. We got some attacks to review. And, yeah. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Let's actually look at all the hits that have been pulled off. Donut onto the number 2 base. Actually, Blobby got the number 1, so we'll watch all those. Let's see what Donut did to number 2. I recall watching all these live. They were very interesting hits. Each very interesting. One thing you'll notice about this army composition right away is he's got super dragons. Haven't seen a lot of super dragons yet inside this clan, but here they are. And notably 6 quakes, so you can assume that he's going for a double quake set with backpack and arrow to eliminate tremendous value out of this base. So let's see what he chooses to take with that. I would imagine he goes for the monolith and the clan castle, the eagle and the bottom side inferno. Well, he might actually be able to get that too if he gets his quake perfect. Let's see how it actually pans out. There's builders around the core though, so if he's not quick with the combo, he could slightly fail the combination. Let's see what he gets. Arrow followed by backpack. All of it is removed. Beautiful stuff. Actually beautiful. Good stuff. Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. Fantastic. So the opener, the backpack plus the queen Duke Sui should be very, very good. And I'm guessing that he's going to be able to take down this clan castle with his queen and his duke. Does the duke path there? He freezes just to keep the queen and the duke alive long enough, if I can talk. He totems once in order to ensure that the Duke can get on top of the defending hero here and make sure to get that air defense out. And look at the pathing here. That sweeper that's pushing against the dragons is actually, I think it might end up helping his pathing here to drive all of the dragons more tightly into a circle. Let's see what they do. Nice. So it's actually going to force everything south, it looks like. One super dragon does break for the center, but the queen actually survives because of the freeze in the totem that was committed. Now he's got the backside RC. So just expertly kind of sectioning out the base, having a hero and a plan for all of the air defenses. This backside air defense here, he totems now, should give him time and the gas to make it through what's left. Rocket spear, excellent work. Queen now still alive, by the way, on cleanup duty. A swag freeze, swag spears as well. And that's a GG. Let's 4X it. Good job, Donut. Love seeing using the backpack and the arrow trick. Love seeing that stuff. Let's go here. Let's watch Spectacular. This is also Bunny. And on this, notably, he does not have 6 quakes. He just has 1 set of quakes, so just 3 quakes. And he has got a double clone and a rage. So the question is, where does he decide to go with the blimp? Where does he decide to go with the Super Yeti clone? We'll have to see. He's also got 1 angry spell, which is interesting as well. So let's see what the opener ends up being like. The Queen Arrow, Jetpack, all that stuff. Usually the opener, when you see this combination of spells and equipments. Angry spell right away. He's going to use the Flameblower Jetpack to kill the CC. And actually no arrow combo there. So he just 1 quakes the CC, kills the CC, removes the entire compartment. So no Clan Castle troops now. And he double quakes the top side so that his RC can one-shot those defenses there. Queen, is she going to push him into the single? I think that's what he really wants to happen. But it looks like the defending RC is going to pull the Dragon Duke down, which could get a little slimy here, but let's see what happens. Super Dragons are deployed up at 2 o'clock. Move in for the Town Hall compartment. And with the clones and the rage over the Town Hall, that should be a dead Town Hall. And this looks really good right now. Like, really good. That single target Inferno at the top is the only thing that is slightly concerning. But is able to handle it. Super Dragons are quite healthy. And there's just too many Super Dragons. All of his heroes do die, but Super Dragons are just crazy strong. And because he basically had a plan for every major compartment of the base, able to easily wreck the house. All right, let's see what, again, same guy decides to do. This is interesting. Okay, so he's brought the roots. 10 Root Riders, 15 Valkyries. Look at the spells. He's got 8 bats, a rage, and 3 freeze. So this is going to be one massive, like, just blitz right off the bat. And then he's got the freezes, ideally, because he also sees all singles. As long as he gets the Town Hall and both scatter shots under control, all he's going to need to do is freeze whatever remaining wizard towers exist. And it should be pretty clean. So he walls up on this bottom side. Spams in all 15 Valkyries right at the base. Sends all the heroes. Massive Sui right up the gut. Early on the Dark Orb. And he actually ends up freezing up quickly with the Frost Flake. Interesting. Because both sides of his wave of troops have progressed so evenly, exposes the Town Hall, and the Siege Machine has yet to open here. Siege Machine will break now. Super Yeti and Ice Golem come out of the clan castle. And here comes the Bat Wave. So all he's got to do is be really careful about his freezes here. Does take one shot to his bats. But the bat should be able to claim it before it gets another shot off, I think. And then one more freeze. Over here, freezes in time, perfectly in time. And then his queen up. His cleanup. This ends up being a wrecked base. It's interesting, the bats end up one-tapping the super minion, and then they're on cleanup duty. Queen plus Owl is going to move around. 4x to the end. GG, well played. Interesting hit there. So, hi, review please. Yeah, I haven't said the magic words yet. Said one of them, but not both of them. And I'm happy to do it. Let's see, Bunny. Let's watch Bunny's hit. All right, so Bunny with the Super Yeti clone and the Super Dragons and the Rocket Loons. Interesting. So no Quake combination for this. Is going to use the arrow here to get out 2 air defenses. Good stuff. Naked Backpack to take out sweepers. Good stuff. And then the Rocket Loons to go remove the remaining air defenses. Really pretty there. All air defenses handled, all sweepers handled. And Duke is probably going to die right here. King with Snake Bracelet to fight the defending king. He's going to progress in. And again, no Warden on these hits. Everyone's upgrading their Warden this week. There are the clones. Super Yetis across the core. Amazing that his Super Yetis are not affected by this poison spell here either. They are able to eliminate their target and get out of the spell. Queen is up with her healers. She should stay alive for the entire raid at this point. Good stuff. Overkilled it. Swag totem. GG's the bunny. GG's. All right, let's check out Blobby on number 6. And this is the attack strategy that I'm very, very interested in running on my 15 when I do have my Warden back. I do want to start running the Root Riders and Valkyries. Doesn't quite get the Clan Castle out with the combo. I think that definitely would have been something that he was interested in there. So let's see how it shapes up. Queen charges into the funnel point for the Root Riders. That will send Queen around the wall. There's no poison in this spell comp here. But I guess because he's got that tanky front line, it's really not an issue, right? RC in the mix, right? Tossed in with the Kill Squad does help protect the Kill Squad from skeleton traps. One thing that I noticed about both of Blobby's hits today is that he isn't choosing to put the Valkyries in with the Kill Squad. I don't know if that is the way the comp is supposed to be played or not. I'm not totally clear on whether or not this is a good idea or if you should be playing your Valkyries with the Kill Squad. He ends up, I think on both of his hits, he ends up putting them in as cleanup troops. But either way, he overwhelms this. All the healers do bite the dust across the core, but you can see what's actually left. The base is wrecked. Most everything is alive. And it's GG's. Still got, look, 2 swag revives and a totem. So tons of spells left up. Really sexy, sexy, sexy hit there. Bunny on to number 7. Bunny is cracked. I'm going to put Do Not Disturb so we don't get Our Apple News alerts. Quake into the core. Clan Castle. Ooh, double Quake set. Should have noticed that. Perfect arrow. And jetpack. Does not quite get out the Eagle artillery. Kind of surprised by that. Is the backpack not maxed? No, it is. Huh. Is the arrow maxed? It is. And then he's mono arrow charging with his queen. So a little queen charge Lalo. You don't see that very often. So this is a nice spice pick here. And he's even got the Apprentice Warden in with his queen just to deal a little bit more damage, give her a little bit more stopping power. You know, maybe I should have put an Apprentice Warden with my queen charges today. Maybe that would have helped me out a little bit. But that one baby dragon has got incredible value. He's got a freeze to help out. He does not freeze. RC dies. And then now it's up to the Laloon. Here comes the Laloon. Prince on the back. Dark Orb now. Beautiful Dark Orb. Slows down everything. The scatter, the Town Hall. Town Hall goes down and it's a matter of cleanup. Man, I just love watching Bunny hit. Like, he brings a variety of strategies. His execution is just awareness of, you know, his objective focus when he makes his plans is just so good. Beautiful stuff. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Love to see this every time. Pull on it. Let's see what he did. Oh, this was the base that we hit like twice before. And I got screwed on my clones. I thought I had cloned properly, but I did not clone properly. Ended up with a Super Yeti trapped in a compartment where he got little to no value. So one of my clones was of no help, of no use. We saw that one live. Let's watch Williams hit on to number 10. All right, this is a Town Hall quote-unquote 16. Oh, my word. These Teslas are making my eyes bleed, bro. Oh, my God, my eyes are bleeding to these Teslas. Seriously? Okay. Level 1 Daddy Duke, by the way. Eternal and healing. Man, he just gets the spread, man. He just gets the spread. Super Yeti's clapping it up. Very much a GG triple. I want to say this is a 60-second triple. Good job to William. Pull on it onto number 10. Pardon. Opening up with a RC charge. I want to start messing with massive RC charges. It's one thing that I haven't really delved into too much myself. Just guaranteeing a huge charge, huge pathing value, you know. It's going to skip the Town Hall. Move through. Skip the remainder of the Town Hall. No. Doesn't quite miss the poison. I think maybe that's what he was trying to do. He was trying to miss the poison with some redirects. He's got one more. I don't know if it's worth it. She might die to the poison here. Goes to Phoenix. Doesn't quite get to burn down the other Inferno there. Comes the break. Now he's going to do a little charge with his queen. Does get a nice freeze with the Ice Golem onto the defending super minions. Those dragons in from the top. It always feels really weird when you set a funnel to not then accept the funnel. The Dragon Duke, yes, he has done some work by, you know, to help funnel these dragons. But to set a funnel with your RC charge and then not take the funnel with the from the RC charge always feels kind of like, okay, you did one thing right, but then you crossed your fingers. Now, to be fair, RC got really good value. Taking out the Town Hall is a big, big deal, especially when you're not going to be running a Grand Warden. You need to be able to handle the Town Hall so that any kill squad you do run is not going to encounter that bomb, that poison and the explosion, but also the poison. Eternal Tome is really the way to mitigate that to where you can run right over it with no issues. Also, Yeti bombs can help you mitigate that so you don't run over it at all. But yeah, fun stuff there. Only 2 bases left. How many attacks do we have left? 23? Legend 26. Let's see what he does. Blobber, what's up? Missed my arrow on the CC for number 6. I'm terrible with angles. Bro, it's all good, Blobber. You got the 3-star. You got the 3-star. I know you're pretty good at like aggressively charging your RC. Like when you start using redirects, that's definitely tech that you have to get comfortable with. It's always nice to see people do that kind of stuff. Clones across the core. No Town Hall takedown. So this could end up getting a little squirrely. Queen finally beats in. RC's in it with the dragons. King's ability going off is not going to do a ton, it would seem. Let me get the collector before the ability. You know what? I take it back. His ability got a ton done. It cleared out the majority, basically allowed him to clear this entire compartment, which is going to send the kill squad directly back at the Town Hall for the final structure. And Queen with healers is enough to do that by herself at this stage. Town Hall looks like 2/3 health. So yeah, with the support of a handful of air troops and the Grand Warden, Queen will be able to get over here if it's not cleared by the dragons and the Warden before. 4x. Queen required to make it happen. But that's a GG. Good job, Legend 26. That's also William, by the way. And we saw my hits live. Guess we'll review them one by one. This one was really fun. Using several sneaky goblins with rocket balloons. The poison and instant freeze was part of the plan here, 100%. Also, burning early rocket loons to take the multi so that my healers didn't get fried while I rounded the corner. Also strong consideration and part of the plan. And then once that got done, it cleared way for me to go ahead and get the flinger at the top started. I did delay this because I didn't want anything weird happening with the clan castle in case I fat fingered the invis instead of the freeze. I didn't want the CC to start migrating their way north to the flame flinger. That would have been bad. But Flinger's job, you know, from the get-go was to be to eliminate the single target Inferno at the top. And as soon as you get both of these single target Infernos handled, Queen Charge is going to be pretty safe and strong the whole time. We do Rage and Invis in front of the Queen here because we know she's going to walk right into that point. Get right on top of the single target Inferno. That's now dealt with. Queen is going to be pretty safe. I realized after the fact for this hit, if you weren't watching earlier, that I didn't have a Headhunter. So I decided to burn the arrow here because I realized I'm about to take Eagle Artillery Fire. I didn't necessarily want to commit the Rage spell here. And then King Sui. At this moment, I really am regretting not having at least 2 Headhunters because it would have got him through the defending king a lot faster, preserved a bunch of his HP. King's ability goes off now. Gonna fight the Grand Warden, then kill the Scatter, and move on. King needs to get over this wall, but he slows down. He's gonna exit, okay. Then I still have Rage several spells, handful of Rocket Loons that can help me with the end game here. RC down, Rocket Spear immediately. It's going to drive the RC directly at the Town Hall takedown with the help of the Rage spell. Invis, so she's still in the Rage. Rage tapping the Town Hall. One more tap for the Tesla. And Spiddly Dip. Lots of spells left over. Super fun hit. You know, it makes me want to start, you know, doing like fun, like show attacks where I commit like a third of the army to Sneaky Goblins just because I can, kind of thing. This one we also did live. I did recognize after the first hit that I did not take Headhunters in my first hit, so I decided to make up for the fact that I didn't take Headhunters. And included 6 for this because there's these double compartment at the top with all 4 heroes. I thought, okay, I'll get some good use out of some mass Headhunters on this one. And of course, Sneaky Goblins to funnel for the Queen. Cheap and easy funnel. Good stuff. Spelling for the Queen. Fun, 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 fun. I'm really enjoying Root Riders more now because RC charges take too long. Sometimes I feel. Yeah, you know, that's the danger of RC charges is if you don't instantly go in the second you drop your last spell onto your RC, you can easily time fail, right? And that's where like you know, you get more comfortable doing the attack, recognizing that the second your RC goes down, you should be moving on. Make sure she gets the Town Hall down here. It does cause our Flame Flinger to come out early because those 2 skeletons come down here, but at the same time, the Eagle Artillery actually fired onto it. So 2 Headhunters in. Headhunters helped him murder Queen. King's ability. I could have popped King's ability sooner too, I think. If I make this even more of an overkill. But then the Rune Witch, the CC Rune Witch, actually is the thing that kills the Eagle. So that's different. CC Rune Knight, I think, also claims this air defense too. Nice. I mean, it's one way to play the video game. I really can't tell that Rune Witches are all that good. Considering that they take time to spawn the Rune Knight, they see, like, what they do and the force that they add to the attack is definitely a force that's going to lag behind any kind of push that you have. You have to think about that. right? Also, another thing that I don't really love is that the Rune Knight's health deteriorates over time. I can understand, like, maybe you're concerned about people doing like Rune Knight charges to where you know when you spawn the Rune Knight, you start plugging in healers and druids and things like that, and it makes them really hard to stop. But I think that's just part of the danger of adding another spawning unit into the game. I think Supercell is aware that spawning units that spawn troops, like the Witch, like the Super Witch, they can break the game if they're not tuned exactly right. I think regular witches do in fact break the lower town halls back, like Town Hall 9 through Town Hall 11. I think it breaks the back of Town Hall 11, even into Town Hall 12, I would argue. When you get scatters, that's when witches can start to struggle. Where bases, if you don't account for the scatter shots, you can end up in some serious trouble. But I mean, like, multi-target Infernos plus scatters together can be a good deterrent for that stuff. But like at the lower town halls where scatters aren't there, you're still playing on 2 Inferno towers. You don't have a town hall that fights back. That's another multi-target defense. Which spawning troops can break the game, and they have. So if I'm being real, I don't know that I really like the addition of the Rune Witch to the game. I think it's tricky to use. I don't perceive it to be particularly strong right now. I haven't seen anyone, and I mean anyone, come up with a strat that really has a focus on the Rune Witch. Like, think about it. Have you seen any armies where someone has lots of Rune Witches and the Rune Witches are just chewing the base to pieces? No, the Rune Witch itself doesn't attack. Remember that. Like, we can go ahead and look at my 18 where I've maxed them out. The Rune Witch doesn't attack anything. It has no DPS. It only summons units on the rubble of destroyed buildings. And the health naturally deteriorates by a certain percentage every second. Now, against a mortar, this looks like, oh, this is interesting. Oh, the first one with the pretty please. Okay, nice. All right. All right, let's go. You asked, you shall receive. And you asked properly. You followed instructions, my guy. Let's search players. 800. 809, CUR. King Aditya. Okay. Looks like you're making great progress on your world champion. Love to see it. Looks like you're doing, I mean, overall, it looks like you're making good progress. Looks like you, just by looking at your hero page here, it would seem like your base, if I had to guess, your base probably looks pretty good. You're a newer 13. If you're an avid player during this event, I'm guessing your walls are already maxed out for Town Hall 13. I'm guessing. You've got some pretty great stuff taken care of in your laboratory already. You've got your Apprentice Warden done. Your healers are done. Balloons. A bunch of good stuff is already taken care of. You've even got your Dragon Riders in there. I like the way that looks. Spells are looking solid. All right, so let's actually see what the base looks. Yeah, see, walls are already maxed out. Wow, okay. So, my guy, I implore you, during, like right now, if it looks like your base is completely maxed defensively, your defenses are all done, your walls are all done, your laboratory is going fan-freaking-tastic. Brother, I would say today, upgrade all of your heroes until the end of the month. You restarted in Summer Jam. Okay, yes. Okay, so listen. As of how many hours do we have until one day, 11 hours from now, the Summer Jam quest becomes the Dark Elixir quest. That means that your heroes cost and upgrade times will be halved, and then if you have the gold pass, it goes even more. Or yeah, 40%, and then beyond that, there's 25% of the remainder, which means I think you get up to 52% time discount. My advice to you, my guy, is to play without, basically upgrade all of your heroes starting in a day and 10 hours, or you can even start some of them now if you really wanted. But upgrade them till the end of July. You say, tell him he should upgrade his Town Hall now so he can max his heroes out to level 14 if possible, says Blobber. That's really not a bad idea either. I always hesitate to tell players to hop to the next Town Hall when their heroes they don't have really any work done to their heroes yet. It's not like he's getting no value, right? His laboratory. But if I were this guy, I would just I'd have my heroes upgrading around the clock. Like, that's literally the only thing in my mind, the only reason to stay in Town Hall 13 would be for that. Maybe he's sticking around to get some of his sieges done so he can be a good clanmate for donation purposes. But like your RC, your Warden, like all these things, put them on perma upgrade cycle until they're finished. As soon as you're down to like 2 heroes left, which it would appear that your RC is going to finish quickly, your Warden's going to finish quickly, your Prince is going to finish quickly. I would say as soon as you're just working on your Queen and your King, you could reasonably go ahead and hit the button to go to Town Hall 14. And at Town Hall 14, you can also work on your pets as well. You know, that's a good point. It's a really good point. If you have a book of, if you have a book of building and you want to rush ahead, I don't think it's a terrible idea right now for you. Reason number 1, Town Hall 14 allows you to unlock pets. Those pets receive discounts to their cost and upgrade time for the next 2 weeks. Yeah, last week, everything's discounted. But this week in particular, it's all Dark Elixir stuff. So like your Grand Warden doesn't actually count, but that's one of the only things the guy has to do anyway. The other thing about this in 1 day, 10 hours is the Unlimited Heroes events going on. So even if you're upgrading your heroes, you can still play the game. You can still play the game with your heroes up. Planning to start the Town Hall upgrade in Dark Elixir as well, as it will take 6 days, and side by side I will upgrade heroes. Side by side, I'll upgrade Dark. Okay, yeah, man. Yeah. I would encourage you to do everything in your power to catch your queen up, to catch your king up. I think your queen for these middle town halls is such an invaluable, strong part of a good Last week will be discounted everything, so I would thug it. Blubber says I would thug it out. Yeah. I'm saying skipping to Town Hall 14 right now is not a bad idea for you. That's just my appraisal. So if anyone else wants to have their base looked at, just type pretty please in the chat for a base review. I think someone said it earlier. Someone asked earlier, but they didn't say pretty please. So I am an educator. I am a teacher. Only if you type pretty please. Only if you follow instruction. Savon Belge. I will if you type pretty please. I'm even thinking of booking Town Hall 16, booking the Hero Hall to thug it out. Hero levels because my Warden, Queen, and Duke are maxed. That would be interesting. He says pretty please. Okay, got you. Nice. Search players. All right, we're looking up our friend Sivan Belge 97923 over on the YouTube side. We'll go R8CU 9Y0PR. Person. I like this username, by the way. Person. Okay, I haven't scrolled down yet, but my eyes have just about jumped out of their skull when I see Barbarians level 3 and Archers level 3. Also, Wall Breakers level 2. Oh my god. My eyes are already like... My mind's telling me no. You know that song? My mind's telling me no. But my body's telling me also no. Hold on. Oh god. Oh god. Brother, slow down. Those things called heroes that you see on the screen right now are abundantly important if you want to just demolish people in war. I'm hesitant to click visit right now. Like, I'm really hesitant to click visit. Like, I don't think you really, like, you don't understand. Your Warden is incredible. Your Queen is incredible. Your Royal Champion is incredible. But really, looking at those hero levels, I shouldn't even see an RC on the screen. I shouldn't even see a Royal Champion on the screen right now. I recently started to upgrade heroes. Okay, recently as in yesterday. Visit. Hold on. You're clearly very active. And because you've maxed out your walls for Town Hall 13. This is the strangest village, my guy. Walls are maxed. Yeah. You know, I can't get on to you about this part of the game, but like, you have got to, and I mean got to, upgrade those heroes, man. Like, whatever else you're doing right now, stop and hit the button on your heroes. Like, today. I don't care about these storages. I don't care about these scatters. Leave them level 1. You have the next 2 weeks when the Dark Elixir quest starts, and then the fourth and final week is everything, right? Everything's discounted. Upgrade your heroes nonstop to the end of the month. I think this is going to be a common theme with villages where I look at the heroes and they're like Town Hall 7 heroes. Do your heroes until the end of July and thank me later. Trust me. If you stay on heroes from now until the end of July, it's going to transform your game. He says, nah, max the Metallite and use potions till then. Get more ore in Hero Journey then. Brother, I also don't recommend that because new players that this is his only account, right? Like he just started playing the game. He hasn't learned the game yet to understand what it means to really rush ahead yet. Like if he's super, super savvy and he's like watching every bit of content he can on YouTube and he understands what it means, then yeah, but I'm never going to tell someone where it's like, you know, I'm a new player and I've rushed ahead and I didn't know any better. I would say to those players, slow your roll, really focus on your heroes. Don't listen to when people say, nah, just go ahead and rush all the way down to 18. Let me give you my strongest reason against taking this account and following Frosh 189's advice here. If you had rushed to Town Hall 18 with this account now, you would not be getting the same time and resource discounts as you would. Town Hall 16 and below gets a 40% discount throughout this month, depending on the resource type and the week, right? Town Halls above Town Hall 16 only gets 25%. Okay? If you had actually rushed to Town Hall 18, it would have slowed your progression down during these special windows of time where you can get a quick boost and a quick leap forward inside your progression. I don't know much. Before I mostly use Valkyrie and P.E.K.K.A, now Dragons and Electro Dragons. Now I focus on heroes more. I now know heroes are more important. Thanks for suggesting. Of course, dude. Of course. Yeah, you just heroes. And another thing, if you're newer and you're not aware of it, inside your laboratory right now there's a 1 gem goblin researcher, meaning you can do a second laboratory upgrade start it for only 1 gem. Do it. If you're not already doing it, do it. And that goes for everyone in the chat. Use the 1 gem goblin researcher. It's OP. It's going to make a massive difference for you. Way better magic item value at Tunnel 18 when you can get Duke to level 17. You can start using books for max value. But play as you want. I don't judge anyone for how they want to play. I mean, you're not wrong that Book of Heroes are more valuable when you hit 8-day upgrade times. That's real. I just look at there being 6 different heroes and thinking to myself, I'm going to get to the end of the game and be forced to play with a hero potion to be anywhere near effective in, like, anywhere close to effective in war. Like, if you're Town Hall 18, you're entering a war attack with, like, a level 50 king. Like, a level 25 warden. You're missing a lot, man. You're missing a lot. And you probably also don't have your equipment leveled in such a way that the game is going to feel right. Like, the game is going to feel a lot harder than it needs to be. When your recommended targets match your town hall, there's just no shot. Like, I doubt that you... One more thing to say, and then I'll move on from this rant. I do think that there's value in sort of cherishing the journey up the town halls. I think if you've played through the game once before and you have a high level account such as this one, I get to make my own choices with my second and third account, right? If I want to rush ahead a little bit, that's a calculated decision. I already know kind of how the game works mechanically. I know that I'm missing out on a little bit here, but you know, I'm going to gain something later, or I know how to make my gameplay work. I think that for a brand new player, you're missing part of the joy of the journey where it's like, I actually completed a town hall, or I got really close and then decided, you know, I only have these couple things left in my lab. I'm going to go ahead and skip ahead. Totally fine to do, totally reasonable. At Tunnel 18, is it worth it to buy research boost with CW medals now with this event since they're double value? Yeah, of course, yeah. I mean, for me, it's probably not because I only have one more thing to upgrade. I have the drill, and no one really plays the drill. I'm going to make sure to get the drill upgrading before the end of the elixir quest, because I'll get, you know, I'll be close to half off, I think. Yeah, instead of 15 days, 12 hours, to be down to 9 days, 7 hours. So my lab will finish, what's that, 6 days sooner? What I do is have one account I maxed out at each town hall, another I rushed so I could donate to myself. Dude, perfect. Yeah, awesome. Donation, that's a real phenomenon. I wouldn't necessarily, you know, I wouldn't recommend to a player who has one account and it's their first playthrough to really rush the game too much. All right. Let's do our daily. We're not going to overcap. Good. Let's do our daily. I've been messing around with throwers, guys. Your boy's been tilted out of his mind at Town Hall 18 lately. So I've been messing around with the throwers. Okay, I think I see what I'm supposed to do. Cool. Oh, put down the king sooner. Why didn't I put all the healers down? Where are the healers going, bro? Sure. We're going to follow exactly 0. Healers, catch up, please. I'm going to send that there. How do I get this destroyed by crummy healer AI? I know I didn't play anything in this army properly. Can we make it work? I'm going to overgrowth this stuff here. Freeze. Revive my Duke. Where are you? I don't even see the Duke. Dude, here's the crazy part. Apparently you can still triple. At least I think I can. That's insane. This is why people were saying use throwers. Because they're just like you can see how badly that actually went. And I was able to still kind of like eke that out. Now with modifiers, no. But I'm also total new with the army. I started playing this last night. And I stole the comp from... Who did I steal it from? I forget. There's a guy who made a YouTube video, and he got it from one of his clanmates. And he was running it over and over and over. I'm going to do one more hit just to have fun. Okay. Give me a strong layout, not a weak one. See you later, Frosh. The rush to count, I focus on heroes during summer jam and all the really spin. Yep. Curious about meteor golems. You know, me too, but I'm not gonna play them until after they get buffed. Okay, so as I understand it, you're supposed to charge. You're supposed to send your throwers at the monolith. Like, that's part of the archetype of the attack. You're supposed to take monolith. Is that loaded? No. But I think we're just kind of doing this all wrong. We'll see. Where's the throwers? Can't even see them. Okay. All right, log launcher is still moving. We get the spitter. That's usually very good news. I'm gonna use the druid on the king. I feel like I should overgrowth. Nah, maybe not. We'll totem. Okay. Warden. What are we doing? I'm really dying for this revenge tower to go down here. Freeze it. Jeez. We didn't use our spells. It's not because I forgot. I don't know exactly what I'm supposed to do with them. Like, I know there's a couple of things that they tell you to do. CC and Revenge Tower are strong things to use the Jetpack Arrow combination for. CC was oftentimes what he was going for. Lava Launcher, also high value, high priority target. Attacking into the monolith to start with the throwers. It's one thing he did every single time, was he sent the throwers basically directly at the monolith to begin the attack. Which means that the queen and the duke break to one side and the king is on the other side, ideally. King controls one side of the funnel by himself. Queen and duke control the other side of the funnel by themselves. I'll attack once more. Thoughts on new global recruitment is still a mess? Is it a mess? I mean, old school recruitment style is just get on social media, like Reddit forums, where people come join a Discord server first and talk to you before they actually join the clan, usually. It's usually a good thing. Can I get the core out with the combo? I think so. Let's see if the arrow will land. Got it. Sweet. I'll put the druid down. Get these girls right here. Why? Healers on the giant actually give me cancer. This king. Break again. Good. Giants. See if we can take care of some springs. King's ability. Soon. Healers stuck on 2 freaking throwers, by the way. How does it always happen like this, man? Use throwers, they say. They're OP, they say. Where's my skill issue with that? I mean... do this. This. Well, it's an overkill. Recruitment is still a mess through the game. That was a lot of money. Holy cow. Is that a 4 million hit? That's a lot of elixir. Too bad I didn't need it. 1 dry cent of it. Okay. Well, that's fun. Cool stuff. All right, guys. Let's make sure we wrap up any business we had on our 14 and 15. Yeah, lab looks like it's doing what it's supposed to. Cool. Bomb, I'll come back in about an hour and take care of the builder there. My final note for everyone is start tracking your builders right now. If you've upgraded things and they're all working, you need to be aware of when those builders are going to be available, because you should be looking for a timing as soon as the event starts. When you wake up that morning, whatever it is, get the builders active on your heroes instantly. It's going to give you the best chance of completing the most hero levels over the next 2 weeks. You don't want to have started something the night before the Dark Elixir event starts and you're waiting 3 to 4 days for that builder to start a hero. I'm telling you, make sure your builders are all going to be free the moment the Dark Elixir event starts. I might even gem the last 8-12 hours off of certain things just so I can get all the builders down. Getting the best work done all at the same time. But that's going to be it, guys. I appreciate you watching today. Thank you so much. Hats off to the handful of people that asked me politely if I'd look at their bases. Hope you guys got some good advice out of that, and hope you're enjoying today or this summer's Summer Jam event. I think it's an event that if you play Clash of Clans, you should be taking advantage of. Period. If you're not playing the game right now, you're messing up. Lots of good progression boosts, leaps forward. Anyways, that's going to do it. We're getting out of here. Much love, guys, and peace out.